Our students, Brian Proctor, the art teacher, back again with another video. And yes, I am looking rather snazzy in my shirt and tie. That's because we're going to do part 2 of drawing the figure, drawing clothes on and off the figure. I think that's the title of it. I'm smiling because this is probably like my 6th opening, my 6th shot that I'm trying to do with this thing. So let me focus. Let me get my head together. All right, so when drawing clothes, the best thing to do is look at clothes on other people or yourself. You know, if you take a look at the seam on the shoulder, how far the seam goes down, and you take a look at how much it pulls when it opens, when you lift your arms or you move yourself around. That's because of the material. The material is very thin. I mean, I could iron this shirt and then 10 minutes later, it'll still have these wrinkles in it, unless it's just like skin tight. But no, always use reference if you don't know. And if you can't find it out there, use yourself a reference. It looks like I'm choking. Use yourself a reference if you can. So enough said, enough with me. I get out this tie and shirt. It's been years since I put a tie on. I'm shocked that I could remember how to tie it. It might not be right. But anyway, I'm going to get out of these clothes and we get to the drawing table and start part 2 of drawing clothes on and off the figure. I believe that is the correct title. All right, let's go. All right, welcome back to part 2 of the clothes drawing lessons. All right, so hopefully you remember and you took a look at some clothes of your own to see the stitching and so forth, so that it helps. So today, this video, I'm going to show you how to draw the clothes, not on people, but just the clothes themselves. Because if you can't just draw the clothes themselves, how can you draw them on somebody? All right, so, and it's simple. Everything is simple in drawing. It's just shapes. If you will swallow your pride and just draw shapes one day or 2 days or 3 days, just keep drawing shapes, and then you'll see that the body parts are just shapes. And since you've mastered your shapes, you can draw anything and just chisel your edges, and then, you know, you got it. All right, so 15 minutes. All my videos are going to be 15 minutes, 20 minutes maximum. All right, so starting out with pants. This is just going to be simple shapes, and I'm going to use my marker as well. So just this. It's just like doing the letter A. There are several ways to draw. This, just like you're going to do an open letter A, except you're going to come here and you're going to go down, back down, just like that. These are pants. These are all forms of pants. Men's pants, women's pants. If you do women's, you can kind of curve it out a little bit more to give them more hips, but that's all it is. Then you're going to have your center line. Well, let's put these are jeans, by the way. These are jeans. I'm rushing because I'm trying to beat the clock. So only jeans are going to have these extra fabric sewn together. And then you have your center line here. You have the pouch. I don't even know what that is called, a flap. And then you have that extra stitch down here and your stitches down the side. This is why I'm going to do this with a marker, because it's too many lines. And you have your pockets going to curve this way and that way, not straight like slacks. We'll do slacks. And then you have this little pocket right here, which is supposed to be a coin pocket. I heard a thing about that a while ago, why they did this little pocket for coins. There was a reason for them doing it. And then you're going to have your belt hook, 2 belt hooks. I think two on the back and then 1 in the center. So it's like, what, 2, 5 all together with jeans. And this is for those people that want to, when you're serious about learning to draw. All right, so magic marker, let's do this. Let's do this. And then you're going to have the two stitches down there. You have your line. You have your line. And sometimes you will see the stitch, the center stitch. Sometimes you won't. I guess it depends on how your legs are standing or how your legs are positioned. All right, we have that. And remember, all of this is going to be like double stitched. So when you're drawing your character, people will know that, oh yeah, he's got jeans on or she has jeans on. And men's jeans and women's jeans are pretty much the same, except, as I say, you can make the hips a little wider. And then you have your button, you have your belt hook, And then you have your, well, I don't even know what this thing will be called right here. Just extra strong piece for your belt hook. And then you have your seams on your side again, which if you see the ones in the center, you won't see the ones on the outside. If you see the ones on the inside, you won't see the ones on the outside, because they are like parallelly even, if that is even a word, in your coin pocket. All right, so the difference between, let's do the back. Let's do the back real quick. Keeping in mind 15 minutes, same thing like you're doing your letter A, or you can do a box, or you can do the upside down house. Since you're used to doing an upside down house, and then put your legs on. Put the legs on, all right? Of course, we're going to have this again. We are going to have that center, because you have one belt loop in the center. You're going to have that double stitch right there. And I said we already have this, and then you have your pockets. So let's get rid of this and that. And then you're going to have your pockets. And some pockets are different from others, but most of them just come to that point. And try to keep them equal distance, even, shall I say. But once you put them on the figure, it becomes a lot different. You get a little bit of in between there. Line, 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 line. Again, you're just doing that A. And you have your pockets, and everything has a double stitch. Let's just call it that. I don't really know what it's called. I'm not a seamstress. If you're a man and you sew, is it still a seamstress? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. And then you have your hooks right here. Okay, so once you put these on, then you start to get your wrinkles and your folds and your pulls. But just knowing how to draw it right off the bat, what goes where, like the puzzle, I always say, drawing is like a puzzle. Once you know where the pieces go, it becomes easy. All right, so slacks are the same way. Slacks are, I'm just gonna do the front and the back. Make them a little shorter. Front and the back. Now the difference between slacks are you won't see all of this extra stitching. I'm not going to say what the reason is. I think it's more just like it's making it formal. You don't see a lot. I guess you pay more attention to the coat or the shirt. So the slacks, you have that one line, that center line that comes all the way to the crotch, and then you have your whatever that is. And your pockets are going to be on the side. You're still going to have this piece here for your belt hooks, belt loops, and then pretty much on the side. I think with slacks, they have them on the side as well. And like I said, your pocket's going to be right here, but a lot of stuff is not going to be seen on slacks. You will have a little more, I would say maybe less. You probably have less wrinkle in slacks because the slacks material is thin and smooth, whereas jeans, you'll have a lot of pull and so forth in jeans. Now, the one thing that's different about slacks than jeans is, this line already gave away the secret, there's going to be a seam. The seam, is that a seam or is that an iron crease? You know, sometimes it'll go all the way up here, sometimes not. Sometimes it will because they have those little pleats. Some have those little pleats here, and I think it might start the crease. But that's the biggest thing about slacks, is if you put a crease in the pants, center down the pants, then people will know they're slacks, and then you don't have a lot of other stuff detail-wise. But this is one of the main features of slacks, that seam right down the middle. Going back, doing the A. You're going to have that seam in the middle, which you really don't see. You can have your pockets, just a line for your pockets. What am I doing? You're still going to have this little piece, and then you're going to have your, yeah, I can't even call it now, for your belt, and drop that pocket a little bit. So the less stitching you see, it tells you you're wearing slacks. So I'm not even going to do that. All right, so let's jump into, got the jeans, let's jump into shirts. Shirts. Okay, so a shirt basically is just, I'm going to do this a little smaller so I can get more on a page. It's just a rectangle, right? You do the rectangle. This is a kind of like get over shirt. Then you want to do another square here, a square here, a rectangle here. Put a U or a mountain, and then you have your basic shirt right there. All right, so now detailing it, but it's gonna, you curve this around just a little bit, but again, it's going to differ when you put it on somebody. This will go up a little bit. You'll have the back, and then you have the front, and that's all the shirt is. Now, if I'm doing a hoodie is a little different. And remember what I said about the amount of room in the collar, on the shoulder. So if I did a hoodie, it's the same thing, square or rectangle. Here, let's just do this. Put this is going to be, so like do a t-shirt, that, and this is going to come down a little bit, angle, and this will be a sleeveless shirt, except the hoodie is going to be more out and in. A hoodie or sweatshirt is going to be more out and in. Then you're going to have, because your shoulders are going to be like right here in the shirt, and then your arms are going to be there for the extra raising your arm room right there. And then you're going to have long sleeve, and it should come right down to the base of this. So you have this, and then you have that, I don't know, it's not Velcro, that stretchy part down there. And the same thing with your hands, or for the wrists. Now the hood is going to come around. It's going to come out like this. I'm going to draw the hood down, not up. Once we draw people, I'll draw the hood on top of somebody's head. So for now, you're going to have it like this. You're going to have two pieces like this, and it's going to come around like that. So that's kind of like doing two triangles, almost like this, and it comes around. And then you're going to have another point like this, and it comes around like that. And then you can have the inside of your shirt, the inside, this part right here, around like that. And of course the hood goes down, you know, it goes down on your back, on the back. And if can't forget, because one crosses over, to be really serious, one cross over and the other one there, and then you have your strings. The hoodie's going to go down again. Remember, it's going to go down a little further out than a t-shirt or a regular shirt, dress shirt. Then it's going to come in at an angle, and then you have, and that's going to be fat. Again, I didn't point that out. That's going to be fat to narrow. It's not going to be straight. It's going to be fat. It's not that narrow, but it's going to be fat to narrow. Okay, here, of course, we have this and this again. All right, so dress shirts. We'll do the back. The back of the hood is the same thing, except the hood comes around, and I'll do that later, because as I said, I want to keep these 15 minutes, no longer than 20 minutes. All right, a dress shirt is going to be allowed. That was another thing that I always had trouble doing, dress shirt, especially the collars. The actual dress shirt is going to be this, almost the same as this, except the, okay, let's do this. It's going to be longer, of course, it's going to be longer. Center buttons. You're going to have your collar a little bit. Your seam is going to be still the same. And of course, it's going to be, this one's going to be straight across, straight down. And I'm rushing because my 15-minute time is almost there. And I want to end on a good ending part. Now, of course, you know, you got your buttons. I'm going to open this up. And then you have your collar, which is going to be it's going to come down like this. Your collar comes up and down. It's going to be, what is that? What is like a V? If I close it, let me close it first. And then I'll open it up, because when you open it, you get a lot of flaps. Am I still on camera? Okay, we'll make sure I'm there. When you close it, you're going to get this V here. You're going to get this coming around to the back, almost like the hoodie, and then you're going to come down and down, down and down. Let me see if I can ink this a little better. It's going to be down and down on the sides. Come here to the point, come here to the point. And you can almost kind of make it a triangle. You'll make it rounded when the neck is inside. And this could be flat. But this part, as I say, it comes down like that, almost like an X. I was trying to find the shape that will make it easier. And then this comes like this. Then, of course, at this edge here and that edge, this is where you want to have your shoulders come here. The seam is there, going straight down. This is going to be longer than a t-shirt because it has to be tucked in. And the arms are going to be straight. Now you're going to have your flap, and of course your buttons. Put a few buttons here, buttons, 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 like that. All right, so let's do an open collar one, this one. So it is your shirt. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. Let's just do this. This is your shoulders, and then we're gonna have the V, because you have one that's gonna come down, one flap. I don't know what that's called. I need to find out what that's called. It's gonna come down and it's gonna go up, right up into that collar, and that collar is gonna go around. So you're gonna have the other one as well, but it flips over. It's really weird and hard to explain. So with one piece going behind, you're gonna have the other piece coming over. Then you're gonna have your collar going down and around. So this piece is gonna be over. It's kind of like if I flipped this paper. This piece is gonna be flipped over, and it's gonna come out like that. And this is going to be here, and you have that, I don't know what you call that right now. I'm rushing for time. So you're going to have the other piece come around here and then go down behind, because they're both buttoned up. And you're going to have this piece come up, and then there's like a little dip piece here, and then your collar is going to go there and around. And I think this is probably where one of the buttons goes as well, if you button it all the way to the top. And then again, you have your sleeves, and it's sewn right here. And one thing about it, when we get to the pulls and the wrinkles, I'll show you why this could be pulling and this won't be pulling. So I think that's probably under 20 minutes. We're close to being 20 minutes. So we're going to end it right here, and we're going to come back and do a couple dresses. I'm not currently married. I don't have a sister or a daughter that's with me right now, so I don't have any female clothes. I'm not going to go buy any female clothes, so I just downloaded some pictures, and we'll just go from there. All right, so that's going to be it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Look like an old pastor. We are rolling. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Let us open our Bibles. In 5, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our students, Brian Proctor, the art teacher, back again. And yes, I am in my shirt and my tie. And why is that? Well, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our students, Brian Proctor, back again with another video. And yes, I am looking rather snazzy. Stop it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our students, Brian Proctor. Our students, here we go. Here we go. Once again. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Let us open our Bibles to Isaiah chapter 6. Because I look like an old preacher. All right, here we go. Once again. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.